Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a Monday Night Raw review. Shout out to Wrestling Jesus. Alright, so tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Okay, it wasn't a bad show, but a lot of interesting things happened, so out comes get a promo, and Michael Cole's in the ring. Oh my god, Michael Cole's in the ring, and out comes Brock Lesnar. Now, if you guys can remember from the night after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar F5'd Michael Cole. That's probably the greatest moment of 2015. So, Michael Cole's a little scared. He's like, don't F5 me again. And Brock comes out and he comes to extend his hand. And Michael Cole's like, what the hell? And Cole basically, kind of accepts his apology, Brock Lesnar's apology. But there was no... And then Paul Heyman come out and he issued an apology in advance to what he's going to do to Seth Rollins, the long lost X-Men, World Heavyweight Champion, and Battleground. So, the fans ate it up. It's kind of like a decent opener. Again, Monday Night Raw starts with a promo, but it's been going on for decades now. It's nothing new. And basically trying to make Lesnar more of a face than he actually is now. And to me, when Lesnar was a face back in, what was it, 2003? 2003? Yeah, 2003. It was like 02, early 2003, he started to turn face. It was kind of different, because obviously, Lesnar's a big badass, a big strong guy. And you see him become a face, it's like, okay, this should be good, But, willing to give it a shot, we'll see what happens, so. Anyways, next you had, first match of the night, you had Kane versus Dean Ambrose, aka, oh my god. No, I'm not even gonna give him that nickname anymore. You wanna know why? Because I've come to the conclusion weeks ago, but now it's official, that Dean Ambrose's freaking gimmick is corny and cheesy as hell. Now, I know Dean Ambrose is a talented guy. I've said it before. He's a good in-ring worker, good on the mic, has a lot of charisma. But his whole gimmick of freaking corny-ass version of Punk, which, by the way, WWE's going to do it, called Swerve. Where Vince Russo's going to be freaking getting copyrights for that shit. And fucking Swerve. And freaking just some Nickelodeon shenanigans, basically. It's just corny, But anyways, you had Ambrose versus Kane. Match itself, okay, I guess. Once again, Kane goes over due to interference by Rollins, and I'm just sitting here going, I know you have a triple threat match for the IC title, which I'll get to that in a second. Why just make the freaking main event a triple threat? Why just don't have Ambrose versus Lesnar versus Rollins? That'd be a sick freaking match, actually. Holy shit. Can you imagine that? Lesnar, Rollins, and Ambrose in one match? Oof, that'd be good shit. Anyways, so Kane wins, and I could have sworn Kane was done with the Authority, or he wanted to be done with the Authority, and same with JJ Secure. Fucking shit. This company and their logic. I'll get to that a little later, too. Damn, I cut myself earlier. Okay. So, oh my god. And of course, Kane had this suggestion, and this is where the flaw begins. He wants to get the band back together. The band. Remember when TNA had that, when they couldn't use the NWO, because there would be own copyrights for that name, so they called it the band? Oh, that's when I really started to hate TNA. More than that, actually, believe it or not. Anyways, so next you had the tag team match play. You had the Ascension. Remember when the Ascension were getting pushed? Neither do I. Versus the primetime players, millions of dollars for the non-title match, excuse me, Match itself, okay. Connor Victor. Prompted players get the win. Okay, good. Question is, who the hell they face? And you see New Day mocking them after the match is over. They come out and mock them, and it's like, okay, obviously New Day's getting their rematch at Battleground. Okay. So next you had Sheamus Fella, who might be the most hated Money in the Bank winner in recent memory, versus gotta make it rain, baby girl. And you guys already know how I feel about Sheamus being Money in the Bank. I'm actually in the minority. No surprise. About Sheamus being Mr. Money in the Bank. To me, I'm fine with it. To me, Reigns winning it wouldn't make any sense. Anybody else winning that, to me, would not have made any sense to me. Sheamus winning it, believe it or not, makes sense. I know people aren't huge fans of him. They find him boring. For me, I don't find him that boring. I think he's okay. I can understand where people might think he's boring. I can understand that. But to me, he's alright. He's passable. So, Reigns versus Sheamus. Match happens. Pretty physical match between these two. And, excuse me. Yeah, that's what happens when you work like an 8-hour shift. Anyways, Reigns versus Sheamus. Match was okay. You think that it'd be really slow, and it was getting a bit slow, a little physical. You had two big, strong guys who kind of work slow ability. And then Bray Wyatt appears on the Titantron, and it looks like he's having tea time with his daughter. And Roman, of course, is freaking the hell out, goes backstage, looks for Bray, opens the room, and nothing but pictures. There's a room full of pictures and candles, and it says, anyone but you. Now, you can hear Bray's voice in the background, but you don't see Bray. And at first, I was like, oh my god, this is corny. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, this ain't corny, this is just freaky. Like, what the hell? This is... Now you're stalking his, 6-7-year-old daughter. What the fuck? Oh my god, I don't even know what to think of the storyline. I mean, I'll give creative credit, because at least, we haven't seen a storyline like this in a while, ever, but what the fuck? This isn't as bad as Daniel Bryan and freaking Kane after WrestleMania storyline. Oh my god, that was horrible. This was between laughable comedy, it's supposed to be scary, and just freaky as shit. This is freaky as shit. Alright, so moving on. We had Neville versus Kofi Kingston, and two jobbers. Okay, I'm done wrestling, Jesus. Neville versus Kofi Kingston match, kind of short. Neville wins with the red arrow, and I'm thinking, okay, now the New Day's jobbing. They come from jobbing as a face to pushing him as a heels, so now jobbing as a heels. Anyways, give Regan Neville a shot or something for the IC title, just saying. Or, I'll let you know Ryback's. But anyways, so, next you had King Barrett versus Zack Ryder. I'm like, oh my god. King Barrett might actually win a match. And guess what happened? King Barrett won a match. Yay. He can somewhat beat Neville, and he can beat Zack Ryder, but everybody else, he can't. So this is our truth. Truth will set you free. Anyways, remember that. So then we have... Oh my god. Like I said, at least last week, he saw the injury. He wasn't there. So he comes out this week. And basically, long story short, Owens comes out, and they basically discuss about possibly having a match at Battleground for the United States Championship. God comes out to... Actually, no, that was later on, excuse me. They basically, Owens lets the challenge. He wants to face Cena. Cena accepts it. And supposedly he's going to kick Owens' ass at Battleground. Now, to me, again, their match at Payback was good. Not Payback, excuse me, Elimination Chamber, sorry. That was a good match. Match at Money in the Bank, pretty good. They need to put a stipulation in this match, because you're going to tell me we're going to get back to back to back, just, straight up no contest That's just for the United States Championship, but, just straight up normal rules of a match. Like, you can't have a street fight or something, you know what I mean? Just to spice it up a bit. No DQ, or some, I would say, was it lumberjack match, but remember Rollins versus Ambrose lumberjack at SummerSlam? Yeah. Alright, so out comes God Dog, Stephanie McMahon, the Queens. And, basically just cut a promo about Rollins and, Brock Lesnar, and saying Triple H says that he's a smart man for always having a plan B. Hence last year when he said Rollins was plan B. And they just seems like they keep planting the seed of a possible Gunda versus Seth Rollins match at possibly SummerSlam. And to me, that's gonna be okay. The match itself will probably be good, but the sense of that match would be kind of ugh. You know what I mean? Because either one of these guys is a face. Okay, the Authority in general being a face faction. No, Rollins is doing a great job as a heel. Of course, you give him a chicken shit heel gimmick just like you give any heel in the last 10 years, but nonetheless, he's doing a good job as being a heel. And, you need more top heels. Especially now that Lesnar is a face now, so... Anyways, next you had Big Titty Wonder Woman Bella, Divas Champion, who I swear to God, if she doesn't lose the belt in like 2 months, I might pull my hair out, because it's like enough. I'm a fan of yours, but enough. Anyways, her and her twin sister, Bremen, Hippie Bella, Jobber Bella, versus Tamana Snuka and my man, Black Big Booty Bitch, Naomi. And this match was incredibly short. Nikki gives Tamina. Nikki countered the rear view and it hit Tamina, and then Nikki hit the rack attack on Naomi. 1, 2, 3. The Bellas went, and then Alicia Fox comes out. Now I know supposedly the Bellas helped Alicia Fox beat Paige on SmackDown, so now Alicia Fox is hanging with the Bellas, and I'm like, okay. Are they trying to plant a seed that Alicia Fox could become Divas Champion or some shit? I don't know. Like, by the way, where was Paige? Where's the crumpet Paige? Now, granted, thank God it was another Paige versus Bellas match, because we've only seen that 8 billion times this year alone, but let me guess, she's supposed to be scouting for Charlotte while she's doing Tough Enough, right? Anyways, so next we had supposed to have the Big Show versus Mark Henry. I'm like, oh God. Let's remember this great feud from, what was it, last year. Remember that, when they were just trying to beat Rusev, each one of them, and then Mark Henry turned heel. It was predictable as hell. And so Big Show versus Mark Henry, and then it basically turns out to be Ryback versus... Actually, Ryback just somehow got in the match against Mark Henry, and then Ryback won. And Big Show was trying to yell at Mark Henry for losing, even though these two hated each other like 8 months ago. My God, this company, man. Shit. Hashtag TNA Logic, even though it's a WWE show. Okay, so it was announced that at a Battleground, we'll have a triple threat between Miz, Ryback, and Big Show. And in that match, I'm sure a lot of people will hate that match, because not many people like Miz, not many people like Big Show anymore, and Ryback, they're kind of, He injured CM Punk. Fuck CM Punk. He's in the world. No. So next you had Dolph Ziggler versus Adam Rose. Jesus. Why is Rosa Mendes still having a job? This bitch has been in the company for like 10 years. And, hasn't won a match in a one-on-one contest. I know people are saying Michael P.S. Hayes, LOL. I know. Alright, enough of the jokes. I get it. So next you have Dolph Ziggler versus Adam Rose. A short match. Ziggler wins by hitting a super kick. Okay, now he thinks he's Shawn Michaels. But hey, by the way, his contract is expiring in a few months, and apparently if he's not getting pushed, he's leaving. Kind of like with John Morrison. As much as I'm a fan of Ziggler, if he leaves, I won't be too distraught about it, because it's like, okay, dude, as good as you are, you get a concussion like once a year, alright? Like, the company can't trust you for all your flopping. So after the match is over, Ziggler does Milana. And Rusev is pissed off backstage watching, and randomly the giraffe known as Summer Rae picks up a not crotch, that would have been funny, crutch from Rusev, because obviously Rusev's on crutch, and she's saying that Lana isn't worth it. Are they trying to hint that Summer Rae is going to be with Rusev now? Oh my god. No. The only way this possibly makes sense is freaking, Ziggler and Summer Rae made out like last year when Summer got mad at Fandango for dumping her for Layla, the English muffin. And, they did a little smooch on Raw, and we were all supposed to forget about it afterwards. But anywho, oh god, now they're gonna put Summer Rae in this feud. Fuck me, shit. So, then we move on to the main event segment. Because it wasn't a main event match, it was a segment. Now, is it just me, or did Jamie Noble die? Alright, I know it's bad to say that because, the original Nature Boy, not Ric Flair, but the original Nature Boy passed away recently. Of course, he had Dusty Rhodes sadly passing away a little less than 2 weeks ago. But when during the segment, when you had JJ Security, Kane, Brock Lesnar, and Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar freaking destroyed Jamie Noble to the point where there was legit medical staff wondering if he was okay. And I don't think that was just, an angle. I think he was legit freaking injured because, Noble, one, if not the main reason why he retired, was because of injuries. So, this is actually believable. I'll give WWE credit. Even this is an angle, it's believable. So anyways, JJ Security tried to gang up on Brock. Kane put in a couple impressive chokeslams on Lesnar. And then Rollins hits the pedigree on Brock. Now, I'm surprised Heyman wasn't out here, So I'm like, okay, where's Heyman? And a lot of people were asking. But, he made Lesnar look human. I'm surprised WWE didn't have both Noble and Mercury be stacked up together on top, and then Lesnar hits him with the F5, something you'd see off of 2K15 or something. And then Kane gets his ass kicked, and then Rollins gets flying out of the freaking ring or some shit. I'm surprised they didn't do that, but they made Lesnar look human. Now, granted, even though Rollins is on top, again, son of a bitch needs help. You're making this guy look weak and pathetic, and as a fan of Seth Rollins, I'm pissed. Because, what the hell? This man deserves better. He's a talented individual. Yeah, I'll admit, he sucked on the mic at first. Him and Roman Reigns were clearly sucking on the mic. That's why Dean Ambrose was always talking for the Shield. But he has improved since then fairly well. He's obviously a very good in-ring competitor. But then you're making his title run look freaking weak with this shit. The thing is, Brock's winning at Battleground, because I really doubt Brock literally signed a new contract so he could lose at Mania and lose at Battleground, all involving the World Heavyweight Championship. Are you freaking joking with me? There's no freaking... Especially now that they're planning to do God versus Rollins. What are they going to do? Freaking Brock is getting murdered by JJ Security or something, or, the Authority. And then God comes in and pedigrees Rollins and that's how you do it, And then Brock pins Rollins or hits him with an F5 and then pins him. Is that how they're going to do it? Oh, God. Anyways, that's it from me, you guys. What you guys think of Monday Night Raw? To me, okay show. Not bad. Obviously, like any show WWE has, or really any wrestling show, you're bound to have your flaws. I'm a fan of Lucha Underground. It has its flaws, trust me. I'm a fan of NXT. NXT has its flaws, trust me. NXT is actually kind of boring me lately, believe it or not. And this one I would say TNA, but my god. Okay, I don't watch TNA, but I still, keep up. I'm like, okay, what is this company doing? I'm looking at the tapings and everything and watch maybe a few highlights. I'm sitting there going, yeah, this is why I'm not watching this company. Anyways, that's it for me, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Twitter if you have not, in the description box as usual. Subscribe if you have not to this channel. And I'll catch you all later because I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. I can't wait to open. And I'm freaking tired. Anyways, peace.